Today Dong Fu invites you to delve deeper into the Dhammapada, the 21th verse from the Buddhist scriptures on the YouTube channel TN Thai in USA. In this verse, the Buddha offers a simple yet profound reminder. He says that whether one lives silently in solitude or in the presence of many, if one cultivates wisdom, unruffled by delight or fear, steadily aware, one has truly crossed the flood, escaped suffering. This teaching shows us that liberation does not come from words or outward recognition. It comes from a calm, balanced heart that sees clearly the nature of things. One need not be loud or seen. One need only be present, awake, and wise. Wisdom is more than knowing. It is feeling deeply the reality of impermanence, suffering, and no self. It is the mind that rests firmly in awareness, untouched by craving or aversion. When we meet praise, we do not cling. When we face blame, we do not recoil. When we live, we do not grasp. When we let go, we do not despair. This is freedom. In practical life, this means observing our reactions. Are we stirred by desire? Do we feel restless when denied? Are we afraid of criticism or of loss? With gentle awareness, we begin to see these motions. We see that they arise, change, and pass away. We learn that delight can be slippery. Fear can cloud the mind. But the wise one lives beyond both. Like the lotus that grows above the muddy water, unpolluted. This teaching is especially important now. We live in a world of constant stimulus, news, social media, opinions. Our hearts are stirred like turbulent seas. The Buddha's invitation is to come home to stillness. Meditation is one way. Each time we sit, we return to breath, to body, to presence. We let thoughts come and go. We learn that we are the space in which these thoughts appear. We are not the thoughts themselves. We are their silent ground. Outside of formal practice, each moment is practice. When loved ones speak impatiently, when traffic snarls, when expectations are unmet, we can notice the fluctuating mind. We can choose to rest in steadiness. We can respond with care instead of reaction. The one who embodies this teaching is free, not because life is ideal, but because the mind is clear and peaceful. That is the fruit of the holy life. We do not need to quote scriptures to demonstrate our understanding. Our life becomes the living Dharma. Each act of compassion, each steady breath, each moment of acceptance. Let us consider the noble qualities of the one described in verse 21. He dwells in seclusion yet is never lonely. His heart is full of peace. He remains centered amid praise and blame alike. No waves of delight or fear disturb him. He has crossed the flood of suffering. He drinks from the cool waters of liberation. This liberation arises from two seeds: mindfulness and wisdom. We sow mindfulness by watching the breath and the heart. We water it by returning over and over. We nourish it with kindness. Wisdom arises when we see clearly, I am not my thoughts. I am not stable or permanent. All things change. This insight softens attachment. It melts fear. It brings freedom. For many, this path may seem too subtle or too quiet. Yet hidden in stillness is tremendous power. Power to heal. Power to release. Power to shine. Each time we pause before speaking. Each time we breathe instead of reacting. Each time we see a child cry and hold our urge to judge, these are seeds of awakening. Over time, the quiet mind blooms. We live with clarity and compassion. We walk through life unshaken by storms. Take an example: you receive harsh criticism. In the past, you may have responded with anger or hurt. Today, you pause. You breathe. You recognize your pain. You answer with calm speech, guiding but not defensive. This is the fruit of the practice. This is the Dharma alive. or when you encounter joyful success. The old mind might rush ahead into pride or craving. Today you receive the success with gratitude and eyes clear. Nothing clings, nothing repels. You savor the joy without losing yourself. This wise freedom lights up the simplest moments. Washing dishes becomes a practice. Holding a hand becomes a blessing. Driving through morning traffic becomes a chance to offer equanimity. The Buddha reminds us the path is not secret. It is available in every moment. The task is to awaken moment by moment to how we meet life. We begin with simple steps. Breathe, see, let go. Then compassion arises naturally. We continue with steadfastness. Try again, breathe again, see again, let go again, until the habit of awareness becomes our way of being. And gradually the mind settles into its true nature, clear, kind, spacious. This is the teaching of verse 21. It is an invitation to live fully, deeply, and freely. May we all walk this path together gently, steadily, and with compassion. Let us now take a moment to explore more deeply the qualities of the holy life the Buddha describes in this verse. When the Buddha speaks of a mind not stirred by delight, he points to a deep emotional equanimity. Delight and fear, attraction and aversion, they are two sides of the same coin. Both disturb our peace when we chase them, or when we recoil from them. A peaceful heart sees them clearly and responds with calmness, not reactivity. In practical terms, this means bringing mindfulness into every area of life, not just formal meditation, but also daily chores, interactions, rest, and work. Let each breath remind you, here is my anchor. Let each step remind you, here is my path. With each anchor and each step, the mind becomes less fragmented and more whole. Next, courageous insight. The Buddha calls this wisdom and deeper, living understanding, seeing clearly the impermanent, empty nature of every feeling, thought, and sense. This is not abstract, but lived reality. When we see our thoughts and feelings arise and pass, we begin to soften our clinging to them. We unravel the idea that they define us. Just as a fish sees water, when it surfaces, we begin to live in the truth of things. We rest in spacious freedom. When praise comes, we receive it without grasping. When criticism arises, we receive it without self-condemnation. The heart remains undisturbed. This is remarkable freedom. This seeds a life of calm action. We speak with clarity, not anger. We work with dedication, not anxiety. We love with kindness, not attachment. Finally, we see that the Dharma is not separate from daily life. It is life. Engage with quiet power. A calm presence lifts the day. A mindful intent steadies the heart. A patient response heals a moment. The river of desire and aversion stills when we turn toward the still center within. The flood of suffering is crossed, one breath at a time. May your practice be guide and refuge. May your heart become an island of peace that invites others home. May every breath remind you have already crossed. Continuing from these reflections, we can deepen our appreciation of verse 21 by exploring how the peaceful, liberated heart interacts with the world in its quiet clarity. A truly free mind becomes a living source of comfort and calm. With each step, its presence soothes. With each breath, its clarity comforts. Picture this quiet power in everyday life. Perhaps a child cries in distress. The heart stays calm. It does not recoil. Instead, it opens with tolerance and kindness. The child feels seen and soothed. This is the fruit of inner peace. Consider a colleague under pressure. Without a wise response, tension spreads. But someone with a steady heart brings calm. They speak softly, listen deeply. Suddenly, the emotional temperature changes for everyone. In that moment, The Dharma is alive. Or imagine a troubling memory surfaces. Old hurt returns. The mind shakes. But the awakened heart does not run. It meets the emotion. It breathes. Pain arises, then dissolves. Insight deepens. Healing begins. These are not isolated, special moments. They are the everyday miracles of a heart that is awake. Another way to deepen this practice is to cultivate gratefulness. Often, a mind caught in striving misses the silent beauty around it. When we pause to notice the wind playing on a leaf, the warmth of sunlight, the flavor of a simple meal, we nourish a wholesome quality of presence that counters our usual preoccupation with self and future. Gratitude and openness help ground us in the here and now. They remind us of the simple blessings already present. When we touch this ground, in heart, in breath, in awareness, we cannot help but relax. The practice becomes natural. We rest as the caring witness to all that arises. In the gentle repetition of mindful observation, a profound trust in life grows. We see that everything changing is an expression of life's river, and that we can float upon its flow without being swept away. This trust is not naive. It is cultivated. It arises from observation and from letting go. Each time we face doubt, pain, or fear, and stay present, we water the trust. We learn that we are more than we thought. We are more spacious. We are more still. This trust grounds the steady heart described in verse 21. We also remember that every heart remembers its own path. Each person's journey is unique. Some hearts quiet quickly, others take longer. Some paths wind through great challenges, others through quiet landscapes. The Dharma reminds us not to compare. The wise heart simply abides where it is. It deepens with time. It blooms in its own unfolding. By honoring our limits and trusting our pace, we find ease. The path is not a race. It is a gentle unveiling of what is always present beneath the surface of life. When we rest in this gentle acceptance, something remarkable unfolds. We begin to find beauty in simplicity. We begin to see how truly rich even the smallest tender moment can be. In this warmth, the heart softens. We live with more presence and more ease. Then, at some point, we may notice. The peace we longed for was never elsewhere. It was waiting to be remembered here, now. This remembrance is liberation. It is the heart of verse 21. As we walk with this remembrance, let us hold another intention. May our hearts not only be still, but may they also be gentle and compassionate. Stillness without kindness can be hollow. Let your peace be warm. Let your stillness hug suffering, not push it away. Extend your peace to those suffering, to yourself, and to the world that aches and strives. Let the calm of your awareness become a healing balm when you speak and when you stay silent. Let it guide your caring actions. In doing so, you become a living bridge between calm and storm, between clarity and confusion, between wisdom and fear. Friends, your practice matters. Your breath matters. Your presence matters. In each moment lived with awareness, you build a sanctuary of peace. You begin to embody the liberation that verse 21 describes. Day after day, practicing, living, breathing, loving with presence, you weave your path beyond the river of suffering. You cross, and you help others cross. May these words help you come home to that place of stillness. May they inspire gentle courage in moments of doubt. May they encourage you to stand through storms with unwavering heart. May your life be a refuge for yourself and a blessing for all who know you or pass by. Thank you for watching my video. Remember to like and subscribe to the channel to review the short sermons of the Buddha. Thank you for listening to the Dharma.